So Rob, why did this book need to be written, and how is it different to other books in the field?
This is a really exciting project. This is the first book of its kind ever. It's basically a textbook in green criminology. In the last 5 years, green criminology has taken off worldwide, particularly in Europe, in the United Kingdom, in the United States, and Australasia. And this is the first time that we put the whole thing together, the history, the decades worth of previous work, into one consolidated text. It's designed for students, it's designed to introduce students to the study of environmental harm. It's unbelievably exciting for us to put it together. We've intentionally made sure that it is completely international in scope. So every continent is represented. We have every writer who's pretty well ever written in the area of green criminology cited in this text. Like I said, it's the first of its kind textbook in green criminology.
Sounds fantastic. So what made you interested in green criminology in the first place?
I think if you look around the world today, what you see basically is pollution, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution. What you see is degradation of the environment. You see massive deforestation. You see climate change. You see the illegal trade in wildlife. You see that we are fishing out the oceans, and basically we are absolutely collectively destroying the environment. And unless we see that as a major social and ecological harm, then we will have no planet for ourselves, for our children, and for our grandchildren. So it's time that we made criminology stand up and take a look at what we're doing to the environment and treat it as it should be, which is a crime, and also be aware that there are many, many victims of environmental harm.
So can you tell us some of the current trends that we see in the field of green criminology?
I think one of the key things about green criminology is that we're concerned with ecological justice, environmental justice, and species justice. So you have different strands of writing and thinking and scholarship within green criminology. Environmental justice deals with basically humans and the disparities in environments for different population groups, whether it's children, the poor, the vulnerable, the dispossessed, indigenous people. You have ecological justice that deals with ecosystems and the way in which we're degrading ecosystems that are comprised of biotic and abiotic elements, and we're destroying mountaintops, for example, we're destroying rivers, we're destroying forests, and all the creatures that live within these ecosystems. And so we have people looking at those kinds of issues. We also have people looking at species justice, and in particular looking at animals and what's happening to animals being traded legally and illegally, animals that are being abused, and basically the concern of those with an interest in species justice is to confront animal abuse. So we have different strands within green criminology, and increasingly we're talking about fundamental issues to the planet, such as ecocide, which is basically the human-led destruction of all that sustains life.
And what issue within the field do you personally feel the most passionate about, and why is that?
I think the most important issue today, and this is not a question of belief, this is a question of science, is climate change. Climate change is radically altering the planet as we speak. And every few weeks we hear of the next latest superstorm or super typhoon or super drought or super flood. And basically climate change is fundamentally changing the game for all of us. And that to me is the crucial issue today, and that we have to intervene and talk about what are those dirty industries doing, such as fracking, such as the oil and gas companies and so on, that are contributing to the carbon emissions, that are contributing to again, the degradation of the environment and to global warming. Global warming is the game changer, and I think it's the most important issue, and I would like to see criminology frame climate change in terms of ecocide. That is the destruction of everything that we know and love.